Good morning. Good morning and happy Sunday. We are back another week. We are here. Thank you for tuning in to everybody who's tuned in. I greatly appreciate that. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is safe and healthy. Let me move this over a little bit. But yeah, man, we back for another week's episode of a quick word, and I'm not going to be too long. So the word for, oh well, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a quick word as well as a quick phrase, but the word is relationship with God. I chose this phrase because of it's, well, for me, it's developing a relationship with God and how important it is. As I've said plenty times previously, I did not have a strong relationship with God. I am trying to get a strong relationship with God, and I am learning. I am learning to find strength in His Word, different Bible passages, prayer, just how important prayer is. Like I've told y'all previously before, how my prayer life was or how it was not, and how now it is completely different. Instead of making the wrong decision, just you pray to God and ask Him for for strength, ask Him for discernment, ask Him to increase your trust, ask Him to increase your faith and everything. A relationship with God is very important in our everyday lives. If you don't have a relationship with God, now is the perfect time to start. Trust me on that. It doesn't matter where you are in life. It doesn't matter how far you've been lost. It doesn't matter if you've already had a relationship with God and you steered away. Today's a good day to reestablish that relationship with God because it is important, because we cannot do anything without God. I am learning fully that without God, I can't do nothing. I can't be nothing. Everything I have is because of Him, and everything that He will provide for me is because of Him. All of His blessings are because of God, as well as His mercy, His grace, and His forgiveness, which is something that we all need, especially myself. We've all steered different paths, man. We've all gotten out of line with God's will at least once or twice in our lives, if not now. So it is important to establish that relationship with God. How do you establish that relationship with God? I'm glad you asked. You can establish that relationship with God. One, if you do have a church, you can easily, speak to any pastors, ministers, deacons, deaconesses, and you can join the church. You can typically at the end of services, you go up and they ask if anyone wants to establish a close relationship with God or be saved. You can certainly do that. You can read the Bible, read the different words. You can pray. Prayer is the most important thing, man. Just sit and say a prayer. It's not hard. It's not hard, and it doesn't have to be a drawn out prayer. It doesn't have to be something that's 30 minutes long. It can just be something as simple as, God, I need you. God, I know that I've strayed away from you. God, I know that throughout my life, I've made a bunch of different mistakes and I made some bad choices in my life. And I know that I haven't talked to you as often as I should, but now I am here. I am surrendering myself to you. And I just want to establish a strong relationship with you. You can do something as simple as that, but just make sure that you that you have that relationship with God. Without that, without God as the foundation of you, without God as the foundation of your life, things will crumble, man. Things will break down and nothing will be the same. I'm not going to sit here and say that life gets easier when you have a relationship with God, but you are able to use Him for strength. Whenever you feel low, whenever you feel like you just can't take it, whenever you feel as though you can't make it, just talking to God and praying to God and knowing that you have that relationship with Him, it makes things a little easier because you know that He has your best interests in mind. He already has the plans written, and that He will never forsake you. As long as you have Him with you, God will never forsake you. He's going to always be right there with you. My nose is itching. We all have, like I said, we all have gotten out of line with God. I've gotten out of line with God, and it's never too late to go back. It's never too late to reestablish that relationship with myself, and I'm just ministering through misery. With myself, it's only going to God when you're in trouble, or only going to God when something's wrong. And that is a relationship, but God wants a stronger relationship with us. He doesn't want us just to come to him when we're down, when we're sad. He wants us to come to him and talk to him when everything is good. When your son, your daughter makes the basketball team, makes the cheerleading team, gets straight A's, go to God and talk to him. Talk about how thankful you are that God provided you with this beautiful child, and how they're excelling when your job is going great, you're getting promotion. Go to God and just talk to him about how thankful you are for everything. Even if nothing's going right at all, just sit and just thank God and give him the praise and the worship for what he is doing and what he will do. Because if just because you don't see it doesn't mean he's not doing anything. That's faith. God works a lot of things in the background. As you all know, for me, it's been a really tough last couple months, and I'm not gonna lie, it's really been hard. It's really been hard between my injury and other things, but I know God is working something out. I know there's some things going in the background, and I know that this time period is specifically meant for me to get closer to God. Because, like I said, it was something that I was never close to Him. I've made a bunch of mistakes, made some bad choices, and God forgives me for those choices, just like he forgives you. And it's tough. It is tough when you go through things. It's tough when nothing seems to go right, when everything just kind of seems to just come at you from all different angles. It's tough to have faith, and let's just be honest. It is tough to have faith. It is tough to trust, and it's tough to know that everything will be all right. But that's when you pick up the word, that's when you pray, and that's when you just try to understand that there's a bigger plan that you may not see, and God will always come through. You have to understand that. I think next week maybe we'll get on mistakes and choices. That may be the word for next week. But have that relationship with God, develop that relationship with God. If you don't know how to start, just like I said, just simply start with a prayer, and God answers prayers. He may not answer them right away. Well, trust me, sometimes he doesn't answer them right away, but he will eventually answer those prayers. Now, God answers your prayers in 3 ways. It's either yes, no, or not yet. So just understand that. And a prayer delayed is not a prayer denied. You have to remember that, just like I have to remember that. I said on social media, you cannot have a testimony without a test, and we all go through tests. And a lot of times it's a test of faith. A lot of times it's a test of trust. It's whether or not you're going to trust and have faith in God to get you to where you need to be, to move you closer towards your purpose, to change you, to refine you, to prune you. This is a pruning stage that we all go through when God is trying to change our character, and when you're trying to move away from who you were. I was someone who made a lot of mistakes, and I'm not proud of that. And I'm not trying to do any of those mistakes anymore. I am trying to move closer towards my purpose and be a better man, for not only for myself, for God, and for anyone else. Want to be a leader. I've always been a provider, never been a leader. And right now I'm just trying to reestablish or just establish a better relationship with God. So he is the foundation of everything that I do. So I come to him before I do anything. I ask for his guidance. I ask for his discernment. I ask for his grace, for his mercy. I ask for his forgiveness, not only to forgive other people, but forgive myself as well. And you can do the same. Just establish a relationship with God. You start with that, establish that relationship with God, and then just watch how different your life is. Watch how better you feel. Watch how you start to understand the word a little more. Just watch what God does for you, because he will do positive things in your life. So if you're going through something right now, you've never talked to God on a different level, establish that relationship with God now, and just watch how things just unfold, because he does have a plan for all of us, for you, for me, for everyone in this world. And we just gotta be in line with those plans. Change our heart posture and just follow God the best way that we can. All right. That was a bit of a long word, but it was the word. Hopefully someone got that. Hopefully someone can use that. And I'll see y'all next week. Have a good one.